episode of What's for Dinner. It's the middle of the week. You know, we're working, we're busy, we're tired, we've got a lot of things going on. So Molly texts me every day around 4 o'clock, what's for dinner? And while I usually do have menus made this week, I didn't get to that. So I texted her back, how about some fish? We haven't had fish in a while. She says, yeah. So we're having fish. So I'm gonna make some tilapia and I'm gonna oven fry it in the oven like we made our chicken for our chicken parmigiana. Only this is a little bit different. So let's see how this goes. And I just bought a big bag, a 4-pound bag of tilapia at the grocery store. And these come individually wrapped in a big bag. And then you just thaw them out under warm water.
I don't know how you were gonna make it and you get watered down.
I wanted to make salsa fish because I like it that way. And you just put this in a casserole dish with your favorite salsa and you bake it for a half an hour and it's delicious. And I just got wrinkled noses from all of my family and they have not yet taken that back. So anyway, I got voted down and we're going to have it oven fried. And what I have is, I have 8 fillets of tilapia here. And then here I have a cup of breadcrumb and a cup of cornmeal. Now, for my friend Karen over at Will and Karen something channel, you can make this. She has a wheat and a dairy allergy. So I don't know if it's a gluten allergy, but you can do this with all cornmeal, and you don't have to use the buttermilk. I'm going to use some buttermilk, but you don't have to do that. You can use soy milk, you can use almond milk, it doesn't matter. But to this breadcrumb and cornmeal, I'm going to grind in a little bit of salt.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where does tilapia come from?
Mexico. It's supposed to come from Mexico. I think this is farmed overseas. I don't know.
It's all farmed because it's not a natural occurring fish.
I don't know. Why don't you look that up and bring back to us, honey? Walk right into that one, babe.
Guess it did.
I'll expect a full report next video. Okay, this never wants to open. There we go. All right, I'm going to use about a teaspoon of Old Bay mixed in there, as well as a teaspoon of lemon pepper. And this is all personal preference. If you want to use something else, go ahead. You can use some tarragon if you like, or some marjoram, basil, oregano, whatever strikes your fancy. It doesn't quite matter. So let's mix this up. And like I said, in here is a cup each cornmeal and breadcrumb. There's about a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of cracked black pepper, a teaspoon each of lemon pepper and Old Bay seasoning. And in my chicken parmesan video, I happened to mention something about shake and bake having crap in it. Well, I didn't really mean to say that. I think that what I really meant to say was, no need to buy shake and bake when you already have what you need in your house. You don't need anything special. You need breadcrumb and butter, or breadcrumb and milk, or some combination thereof. So,
difference is you know what went into it.
Right. Well, the shake and bake doesn't really have any questionable ingredients, and I think that I probably misrepresented myself when I said that. So I'm drying off my fillets. I'm going to dip them in the buttermilk, just, you know, to help this coating stick to the outside, and then onto the pan. And you can just set up a breading station if you want. I'm just using a bag because, you know, a paper plate would do too. I thought maybe this bag would make it easier, but you know what? I think I'm just going to get a paper plate because...
Or just get another bowl.
Well, let me grab one.
I was going to ask that.
I think it'll just help me facilitate this a little better.
Yeah.
Real life, right? You gotta love it. All right. And like I said, I like to dry my fillets off just a little bit because, you know, there's that moisture on there from thawing it out and putting it... You know what? Here, I'm moving your glasses, baby. Here, this This is going to be better for me.
This is real food for real people.
Real food for real people.
By a real person.
In my real kitchen, in my real life. And I'm so glad that you joined me. I'm pretty sure you all have real lives too. So anyway. I think I'm going to upload this so that I can say this, and if not, then I'm going to just cut it out. But my friend Cat's Cradle is going to be a guest on Goat Hollow. What?
You didn't try.
I didn't try it. Oh well, it probably won't be the end of the universe, but
I hope not. It is 2012, you know.
I know. No, that's just the end of the world, not the end of the universe.
And that it all be your fault.
It would be all my fault, but you know what? I'm used to things being my fault, so that's okay.
That would be the ultimate blame, wouldn't it?
I'm a mom. Everything's my fault. Wouldn't you agree, ladies? We're responsible solely for ruining our children's lives. Isn't? How many of us haven't had our kids say that? I remember when I was in my early 20s, well, maybe my mid-20s, I went to work for a small local newspaper. And the gentleman who owned it had a little boy who, at the time, I don't know, he may have been in the 2nd grade. And, you know, this was in a very small town. And we used to do the paper insertions ourselves, and we would all stand in the back room and put the advertisements in the newspaper, one by one. That's how small this newspaper was, and had a pretty good circulation for. I mean, the town was only 2,500 people, but anyway, I digress. I'm just trying to give you an idea of the situation. So there's maybe 12 of us working at the newspaper, and little Carl comes in after school, and his dad is he asked his dad if he could do something. His dad said no, and his dad tried to explain why he was telling him no, and little Carl just went off and went, "Dad, you are ruining my life." And, you know, for a 2nd grader, I couldn't imagine what that could mean. You're ruining my life. Now, you know, graduate a few years or move forward a few years. I get it when a 16-year-old says that to their mom. You're ruining my life. Yes, I won't let you dye your hair purple. I'm certainly ruining your life. Anyway, all right.
I don't want to.
Oh, crap.
Because this way your arm doesn't get in the way.
You would? Oh. Yeah, that's fine.
But now I'm in the way.
No, you're good. I'm going to put this in the oven. Okay. So I'm going to do one more thing before I put this in the oven. We're going to simulate a fry. I'm going to take my cooking spray, and you don't have to do this. It's absolutely up to you. And I'm just going to give it a spray. I've got my oven preheated at 350 degrees. And I have some potatoes cooking in there. And those are just chunked up Yukon Golds that I just cut in little quarters and put some oil and lemon pepper in there, and I mixed it up and I threw it in the oven. So we're going to let these bake about 20 minutes, and when I come back, we're going to fix you a plate of delicious oven-fried fish and roasted potatoes. So we'll be right back. The fish is ready to come out. It's been about 20-25 minutes. Look at that. You didn't have to get out a big pan of oil. You didn't have to do anything. Breadcrumb, cornmeal, buttermilk, and there's some roasted potatoes and some lemon pepper and oil, and it's all good to go. And I heated up a couple of cans of stewed tomatoes, and that's what we call dinner in a flash. I mean, really, it took 10 minutes to throw it together.
I'll eat it.
Half an hour to bake it or so. And now it's time to eat. Get a plate. I didn't make any. Let's see. Get a nice fillet here. Oopsie. This needs a little encouragement. Yeah, that's gonna happen, but that's okay. They'll be fine. They'll taste great. Huh?
Not burnt, they're just stuck.
No, they're just stuck. Which is funny because I put the oil in the bottom of the pan before I started. It's the lemon pepper. Sometimes it'll do that because there's a little bit of sugar in lemon pepper. It's alright. No worries. And since this is going to be Rick's plate, and I know that he would probably prefer to have his stewed tomatoes separate.
Yeah, I do want salsa fish, so I don't want tomato fish either.
I'm going to smack you.
Well, you saying.
And I'll just move that like so. All right, there you have it. And after I get off camera, I'll have to make some tartar sauce for King Rick here. So.
That's King Richard.
King Richard? Yeah, well, there's another name that's short for, you know, Richard, but I guess I can't call you that on camera, can I?
No.
Say it. Okay. Oven baked fish, oven fried fish, breaded baked fish, whatever you want to call it. Really fast, really delicious. Give it a try. If you like what you see, please rate, comment, and subscribe below. And until next time, I'll see you.